If you want your question to be featured on our shows, because maybe you don't watch it during live, well, this is me telling you, you should start watching our shows live. We go live every 6 p.m., or we go live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific, Monday and Wednesdays. And the way that you get on the show is you can super chat or use hashtag NFL. So if you're watching this video on a later date, just remember to get your questions on the show, to subscribe, and turn on your notifications. First question's coming in from Kevin Otto. What are some hot quarterback compensations heading into competitions? Oh boy, heading into the season.
Well, I think from a compensation
Bears.
perspective, it's clearly Dak Prescott.
Yep.
From a competition perspective, the Bears is the one that jumps out to me. And Chargers. Those and maybe the Patriots will have a little bit of a competition, but
maybe the Redskins.
I know it's going to be Haskins. Kyle Allen's not good. I finally convinced you of that. I think it's going to be the Chargers and the Bears are going to be the main two.
Let's go to King Higgins with that super chat. Also, maybe even throw in the Miami Dolphins. Can I get a happy birthday in the chat? Also, FAB. So happy birthday to King Higgins. We want everyone to type HBD
and FAB.
And FAB. So King Higgins, let us know in the comments how old you are, and if you want, maybe we'll give you a shout out tomorrow on the Raiders Report. How much would AB get paid? I mean, if I'm a team, vet min, no guarantees.
I don't think he has much leverage to get a significant amount of money. Now maybe he can ask and or beg for incentive-based deals, but I think with as bad as 2019 went for Antonio Brown, forcing his way out of Pittsburgh, nuking that bridge, having a disastrous time with the Raiders, and having a terrible ending with the Patriots, I think his asking price probably is around the vet min. Maybe he'd get a little bit more, but I don't think Antonio Brown would be expensive, and I'm not sure there'd be much guaranteed money.
The only way I'm offering Antonio Brown anything more than the vet min is if he hands me his phone and I'm allowed to delete all social media. Then I'd say, you know what, we'll give you a little bit more. Because, it's been a major issue. Next question coming in here on NFL Dailies from King Tut. Okay. I want Jamal Adams on the Cowboys, but why would you not pick him up?
I think this means from a perspective of why would an NFL team not want to trade for him is the way I interpret that King Tut. So
assets, money.
No, you're right. It's the you don't want to give up what it costs to trade for him, which I think is at least a first and a third. I'm not convinced the Jets actually don't want more than that, because that lead came out of the Adams camp. And then it's also that you've invested either too much in your safeties already.
Correct.
I don't think Pittsburgh's going to go do that, because even though you would love to see Mink and Adams on the same team, you really want to pay both of them top-end money and have them kind of set each other's marks. Whatever Adams gets, the next guy's going to get more, whatever. So I think it comes down to asset acquisition, asset management, and then just from a pure money perspective, how much you want to invest into the safety spot.
Jake F., get a picture. Do you think the Kenny Clark deal would look?
Yeah, he's asking what you think the Kenny Clark, Packers defensive tackle, coming up for a new extension, what that deal is going to look like. I'll be honest, Jake, I haven't really thought too much about the potential upcoming extension for Kenny Clark. He's not going to get Aaron Donald money. I think you're seeing a very common theme right now across the NFL of teams are not trying to pay players because they just don't know for sure yet what the salary cap's going to look like. Is it the Kawan Short deal, more or less, where it's about $16 million per year? I'm not going to pay him DeForest Buckner money. Maybe you can talk me into Fletcher Cox money if the cap goes up or stays flat. He's a really good player. I wonder if he is the type of player, though, whose own evaluation of his market is going to be different from what the Packers are willing to pay him.
So Kenny Clark, very good player. Another very good player, or very good players, are some free agents. And yes, I would say these are the top free agents minus Devian Clowney, but we want to know who you think is going to sign first, because this has been kind of a crazy off-season. So it's been hard to predict where some of these guys are going to end up going. So if you think Cam Newton signs first, type CN. You think it's going to be Everson Griffin, type EG. Logan Ryan, type LR. I see Aiden Hartman's type in EG. CJ DeYoung's type in CN. I personally am going to agree with Jace Carlson, type in LR for Logan Ryan. The reason why I go with Logan Ryan is because Cam Newton, I still don't know if he's fully healthy, and I think Griffin signs after Jadeveon.
I'm going to go Griffin because I think Logan Ryan's evaluation of his own market is way too high, and that's going to cause him to wait even longer.
Another super chat coming in from Jacob Rawling. What's up, man? Should the Cowboys reunite with Brandon Carr? So Brandon Carr, 36 years old. I say no personally.
I don't think it makes enough sense for the Cowboys. Had they not signed Darryl Worley, maybe you could have revisited that. But what is Brandon Carr at this point in his NFL career? A 2 or a 3 at best?
Maybe.
I like 5 of those guys on the Cowboys roster. Like, I don't need another option there.
I guess your only argument would be the Cowboys do have a very young defense. If maybe you want to bring in a veteran presence, but for me, you're going to have to pay, I think, Carr more than what you pay one of those younger guys. So I'm going to say
I would pass on Carr. I think it's a fair question to bring up, but I think just looking at the way that depth chart breaks down right now for Dallas, you don't need to pursue that.
James Johnson with the next question here on NFL Daily. And if you guys haven't, go follow Tom on Twitter. You can see it below. He's at What Going Downey. Will my Vikings keep Dalvin Cook? So I think Dalvin Cook is a very good running back. I rated him in my top 8 personally, but if he wants to go out and make $13, $14 million, I mean, I'll say this. I wouldn't pay Dalvin Cook $10 million, and I think he's a great running back when healthy. It's the injuries that scare the heck out of me.
The running back market is not a player beneficiary one at this point.
Sure.
Like, teams don't want to pay backs big money unless you're a McCaffrey or Zeke, and to be honest, Dalvin Cook's not a McCaffrey or Zeke. Not saying he's bad, but are there going to be multiple teams throwing more than $7 or $8 million at him? I'm not sure. He's coming off the injury, so I get why Cook's trying to get paid, and maybe in the end he just ends up going all the way up to training camp and taking the best offer Minnesota has from him. But I don't think he's going to get big money with the way the NFL runs right now.
Remember to use hashtag NFL or Super Chat to jump the line. Tanner Goff, good job. Who wins Week 1, Saints or Buccaneers, and the score? So what we do here at Chat Sports, when you guys hit us with a question like this, I'm going to ask you, who's going to win? Saints, type S, Buccaneers, type B, and let us know the score. So for me, I'm going to pick the Saints. I just think they're the better team, and I think it'll be a pretty high-scoring game. Go with the shootout here, 31-24.
I'm going to go Saints 24-20.
Okay.
I think you're going to see some gross, ugly, sloppy play.
That's true.
Early in the NFL this year.
That's very true.
Because you're not going to have the normal ramp-up period. It's not going to be pretty. I'm going to go with a lower scoring game than you might expect from what should be, in the end, two really good offense.
And if you're not very pretty, cover up your face and stay safe with the face mask, 3 of them, for only $24.99. That one was not directed at Tom whatsoever.
No, it's because that's what your girlfriend told me about you.
Oh, go to chatsports.com/stay safe. And shout out to producer Dylan for taking some pictures earlier today. As you can see him here on screen, absolutely rocking these face masks. And you guys can do it too. If you got to go to a game, if you got to go to the grocery store, make sure that you're repping your team and staying safe. The one that you see on screen, the one you just saw on screen, shipped in 2 days. That one was only $14.99.
Some of those 3-packs are also shipping within 2 days.
So
that Dolphins one will ship out in 2 days. Just depends on the team. Only way to know for sure is to go check them out. It's at chatsports.com/stay safe. And once again, for you guys, that link will be in the comments and it will be in the description of this video too.
Shout out to producer Dylan for taking all those pictures for us. Appreciate it. What old fart in the NFL will retire next?
Adrian Peterson. This will be his last year. Also, I've said Larry Fitzgerald for 3 straight years, so I'm not going to say it this time.
I'm going to say Phillip Rivers.
Okay. I like that one.
I'm going to say Phillip Rivers.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he just has not been able to really get it done. And then...
when especially at the quarterback spot, once it goes, it tends to be a very steep cliff. Right, Peyton Manning?
Yeah, that was a really, really steep cliff. Yeah. Kevin, appreciate the question. You guys can continue to get your questions in here. We got almost 1,000 people watching. If you haven't yet, make sure you like the video. All you got to do is just click the thumbs up. Let's get to like 200 likes. Maybe we can do that. Micah Clark with the next question here. Did it twice.
Hashtag NFL, hashtag NFL.
Okay. Seattle trades a 2nd this year, a 4th this year, and a 5th this year after.
So it is a 2021 2nd, a 2021 4th, and a 2022 5th. I'm not sure why you went with the year after this year instead of next year. Maybe a little bit more. But that's okay, Michael. We appreciate the question. I don't know if that's enough for the Chiefs because they're trying to win Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Like a future 2nd, if they're really worried about the cap, maybe that makes more sense at that point. But the value might not be that off for Chris Jones. I just don't think you're going to see the Chiefs move him for what would probably be the 58th overall pick in round 2, something like that, and picks out for the top 100. That's not much value for Chris Jones.
Let's go to Morgan Danielson. Where will Logan Ryan end up playing this year? So Logan Ryan, I would say, is the top cornerback still on the market. He's going to probably play somewhere in the nickel. Yeah, he had a lot of good stats last year, but he was also the most targeted cornerback in the entire league.
I'm old enough to remember when Logan Ryan was going to the Jets already and how that ended up not materializing. I still think the Jets make some sense. I don't know, Seattle maybe?
Seattle makes some sense to me.
If they want to invest in the nickel corner, Logan Ryan would be a really good fit for that.
Eagles?
I'm curious to see what ends up happening. Maybe Philadelphia. He'd have to really reduce his price point. They added Nickel Roby Coleman, so nickel's not much of a need. That's fair. I think the Jets are the connected team that makes the most sense.
Well, Morgan, if you like videos like destinations, we do Logan Ryan destinations, we do Jadeveon Clowney destinations, and we want to make sure that you never miss a single video. So, everyone watching right now, if you haven't already, because I guarantee about half of y'all aren't subscribed to our channel yet,
people right now.
Hit that sub button and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. And for those of you that think subscribing costs money, no, it's 100% free. Somebody said that's too expensive. If free's too expensive for you,
that math doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And I'm bad at math.
And I'm very bad at math too. So go to youtube.com/chatsportstv, because if you are subbed, send that link to some friends. Let's get the party growing here at Chatsport. Let's get back into some of these questions here. Robert G. Will C.J. Henderson be an elite corner in a couple of years?
That's the hope, right? I think
that's why you drafted number 9.
Exactly. From an athletic perspective, from a traits perspective, I think he has the upside to do that. He was better in 2018 than he was in 2019. That's a big red flag for me. At times he seemed disinterested, especially early on last year, namely with tackling. That's a big red flag for me. But from an upside perspective, I thought pretty clearly Okudah and Henderson were the top 2 guys. We'll see if Jacksonville is the right spot to help maximize that ability for Henderson.
That's where I think is actually the bigger issue, right? Because I think a lot of times a good player will go to Jacksonville. Sure, they had a good defense a few years ago.
For Ramsey, of course.
But I think if we really want to see the full potential out of a C.J. Henderson, I'm not 100% confident it's going to be in Jacksonville.
He's probably going to get thrown to the Wolves and face number 1 receivers, so it'll be sink or swim early, which at times helps maximize players.
Amazing content. Appreciate it. Will the Browns be in the playoffs this year?
I am ready to get hurt again, baby. Let's do it. Browns are going to make it.
When I look at their team on paper, there's no reason why they shouldn't make it. But they do have a tough division because are the Steelers better than them?
Is Big Ben healthy?
Right now he is.
Answer your question with another question.
I mean, I'm saying like Ravens, Steelers, better teams. Mm-hmm. So do 3 teams make the playoffs in the AFC North?
Added an extra playoff spot. So I think that at least in terms of the hope we will give to teams makes it a little bit more possible there. In the end, the biggest thing for Cleveland is once again going to be, does this head coach work this time? At some point it's going to work out, Browns fans, I promise you. And look, Baker Mayfield took a big step back because he didn't trust his offensive line.
Yeah.
I think the Stefanski offense will help prevent that this year. But he's got to rebuild that confidence in the offensive line. His internal clock was sped way too fast last year. If he gets back to rookie year Baker and then takes the step forward we thought we were going to see last year, I think, yes, they will be.
So we have technically 3 teams opening up new stadiums this upcoming year. So the Las Vegas Raiders, they're opening up Allegiant Stadium. Then you have the Chargers and the Rams. They're opening up SoFi Stadium. But I want to know, which stadium is going to be better? Throw it in the comments section. So type R for Raiders or type LA for Chargers and Rams.
I'm going to go with the Raiders because the Death Star looks awesome. That is a cool-looking stadium.
It is a very cool-looking stadium. I'm actually hoping to be able to go out to Vegas in, the next month or so. But
we'll see.
We'll see is right. I think SoFi will be a cool stadium. It is going to host the Olympics, I believe, in 2020.
Oh, that'll be great for traffic. Oh, baby.
But also, there's more Raider fans than there's Rams and Chargers fans combined. And as far as I'm concerned, a full stadium that actually has your own team's fans, that's what I want to see. Now, I don't know if it'll be quite like Oakland, which was an incredible home field experience, but I think actually you can make the argument that the Raider Stadium is going to be one of the coolest stadiums in the National Football League. Let's go to Sam Pettit. Jamal Adams better chance of going to the Seahawks or the Ravens?
Well, the Seahawks and Ravens are on
Check out
Adams'
our video.
preferred destinations list, which, again, we broke down. It's on the channel. I'm still going to go with the Ravens because I think, they've showed interest.
Yep.
And I think they were a little bit more willing to be aggressive and try and maximize on this Lamar Jackson rookie contract window. Now, they paid Chuck Clark and Earl Thomas, one a lot more than the other, but you can use 360. It's 2020. Big nickel is a thing. So I will go with the Ravens. I still think the Jets are not going to trade him.
No?
Still.
Let's go to Team 12s. How far will the Seahawks go if they sign Josh Gordon and Antonio Brown?
Oh, both of them.
So you get both of
Ooh,
them.
okay, so now you're throwing out Gordon and AB, and you got DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. For the premise of this question, I will operate as if Seattle actually uses all 4 receivers at the same time, and they let their top 3, top 2, however you want to rank him, quarterback sling it. Because last year Seattle's offense was, we're not doing great in the second quarter. Shit, better let Wilson throw it. And look, we won. Do more of that, Seattle.
It's like
you'll
the
have more
first.
Success.
Don't watch the first 3 quarters of a Seahawks game.
Just
watch the fourth quarter.
Once
then when
Wilson
they let
starts
Aaron.
going. So if they do that for an entire game, I think they'd be pretty damn good. And I think that, in all honesty, they'd probably be pushing for the NFC West Championship. Not that they're not already, but they might be the favorites at that point. If you promised me open aerial attack with your awesome quarterback and receivers and all that.
Team 12s, I'm guessing you're a Seahawks fan. If you haven't already subscribed to our Seahawks only channel, because we only want 12s there, make sure you do. You can see the link below. It'll also be in the description. Go to chatsports.com/SeahawksTV. Bring in the super chat here from Tanner Goff. Best current quarterback comparisons for Tua and Joe Burrow. So who's your comparison for Joe Burrow?
Tua was an older player, so I got to think here for him. For Burrow, I'll give you a current one. It's Jared Goff, but actually good under pressure.
Okay.
And Jared Goff, if he was good under pressure, is awesome. Like, that's Jared Goff's biggest issue, is the first read's not there and he wilts like a flower in the Texas heat.
I think he's like, reminds me of Drew Brees, where he actually like doesn't have all these elite characteristics in terms of like talent, but he gets it done. And Joe Burrow doesn't miss a pass, and in that national championship
Super
game,
accurate.
didn't miss a pass, and I think that's Drew Brees. So who's your Tua comparison?
Well, it was going to be Steve Young, because lefties were like literally a dead breed before Tua came around for the NFL. From an accuracy perspective, I do think Tua could also be a decent fit for Breeze. He's a little bit of a smaller quarterback as well. My former player for Burrow, by the way, is Tony Romo. Because there are some moments where Burrow's out there almost kind of playing backyard football. Really reminds me